This question will be testing quadratic inequalities. And with quadratic inequalities, same as before, same as with quadratic equations, I want that standard form. So we're going to grab this negative 21, move it over, and it becomes positive 21. And just make sure you maintain the right order, x squared first, the x in the middle, and the one with no x at the end, so we can start the process of factorization. So we start off the process of factorization by looking at the factor pairs of 21. Now 21 has two factor pairs, so I need to decide which pair to use. Now how I decide is I look at this number in front of x. I've got to add or subtract these two numbers to get that number in front of x over there. So I don't think 1 and 21 can do that, so we're going to use 7 and 3. And then I need to think to myself, how do I add or subtract 7 and 3 to get 10? Well, that's not too bad. You just say plus 7 plus 3. And with that plus 7 plus 3, we can formulate two brackets. Inside the first bracket, you'll just have an x plus 7. You see the plus 7 over there. And inside the second bracket, you'll have an x plus 3 taken from this plus 3 over here. And the inequality in the 0 will remain unchanged. Next up, we have to get our CVs. So our CVs are normally just the opposite sign of what's in the bracket, but the precise way you're supposed to get them is you look at factor 1 and factor 2 in your quadratic equation here, and you make each one equal 0 separately, and you separate them with the word or, and then you grab the 7 and you grab the 3, take them over, and basically solve for x. After getting our CVs, we're going to have to draw either a number line or a sketch of a parabola. I like to sketch a parabola because it creates deeper understanding. So I'm going to do quite a detailed Cartesian plane for the purposes of explaining this question to you. We can see here with the x squared, the number in front is positive. It's a sneaky little 1. So it's just going to be a stock standard happy face parabola. And I'm going to put my lower CV on the left. So I'll put negative 7 on the left and negative 3 on the right. And then to go a little step further and analyze this parabola. This parabola has 3 separate regions to it. So this green region over here is where it has positive y values. And this green region over here is also where it has positive y values. And then this little region in between negative 7 and negative 3, that gives me negative y values. And to properly assess which one we need to answer with, we look at this crocodile mouth over here. And that's saying I want the parabola to be bigger than 0. I want positive y values. And we are finally ready to state our answers. So from negative 7 to the left, how we state that mathematically is when x is smaller than negative 7. Then we're going to hit the word or, and we're going to state the other region. It's from negative 3 to the right. So it's when x is bigger than negative 3. And there is another way you can represent this answer, and it's called interval notation. And with interval notation, you start off with x is an element of, and then we always use round brackets for infinities. We're kind of saying it starts at negative infinity and it stops at negative 7 with this notation. And then we use the word or, and we open up a new bracket, and that one's going to go from negative 3 all the way on to infinity. It will go on forever. And wrapping this question up, your 4 marks will get delegated to the standard form, factorization, CVs, as well as your final answer.